So you were mentioning that you felt like this episode was basically just Murderbot getting repaired, or repairing the hopper, and then Murderbot ultimately getting repaired. Because most of it was him getting like deconstructed to repair the hopper. So that was kind of an interesting thing. But I wanted to bring up that one of the things that I'm coming to peace with in this series is that it's not necessarily going to be this high action sci-fi journey with these, vast worldscapes like I would expect, like a Dune or something. It's much more like relies on the comedic satire of Murderbot himself.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, that's probably the better part of the show. It is his actual
Humor.
dialogue and humor, yeah. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning in and commenting and letting us know about Murderbot Diaries and about, the origin of these characters, and letting us know kind of like it does make sense why we think the whole research team is kind of insignificant right now. It's because they're nerfed from what their characters actually could be doing. We're finally seeing Mensah step up in a leadership role, but she's still dealing with these panic attacks, which did allow for a very, heartwarming and interesting insight into, how Murderbot operates, and having him help her using a TV show. That was probably like my favorite part, was him and Mensah, just like their banter inside the hopper in this episode. Because she would be like, this is a shit TV show. And he's like, we'll agree to disagree. And like, he just like little things that he does with her was really funny. And then ultimately he deletes, to find out that he deleted the repair manual to make room for more TV shows. I mean, that's just, it's good stuff, honestly.
Very childlike, for sure. Why would I get rid of something that's not very important to me, but important to everyone else?
Yeah. Oh, well, his plan, like his idea, right? It makes sense if you think about it logically. It's like, I had a backup version of something we already had, and I needed the room for something I actually like. So he's like, I'm going to do that.
Too many episodes he watches.
Yeah, he is super fan. He knows every episode, what happened.
Well, be fair, it's like someone that has perfect recall of anything. So you would see maybe a document and you have photographic memory around that.
Yeah.
That's how he is with literally everything.
Well, yeah, because he's a computer. He's not a person, right? Like, exactly. So it's easier for him to process and keep that. He doesn't have all the other stuff getting in the way. What we're noticing, though, and he even mentions at the end of this episode, is he is starting to become less like a sec unit and more like a person. The way he's starting to think and operate, and even the types of conversations he's choosing to have now are much more human-like than it is robot-like. And he was talking about, it leads into a couple different things when he's talking about it, but he's like, I feel like, one, this is not how saving a group of people should react. Like, this is not okay. He's like,
the last 10 minutes of the episode were definitely like that.
Yeah. He says that he starts to feel more like them, but then the episode also cuts off on the cliffhanger that he enjoyed killing. He liked that feeling. And so I think it's just, as the viewer, trying to lead us down that maybe he's still compromised. Maybe we still can't trust him. But we do get confirmation in this episode that there is the third party on the planet, and there is more than one of them, and they are just waiting to get more reinforcements, basically, to be able to attack them. And everything seems to be centered around these blank spots in the maps that they keep talking about. And we had someone drop a couple hints without spoiling, which I thank you guys so much for never spoiling it, that like what they're searching for and what everyone's like basically fighting over and dying over right now without even knowing has been hinted to already in the series. So we do know what it is, but I just haven't caught that yet, I guess.
Same. I did enjoy the end part where he was definitely like, yeah, I could have killed you, but it was improbable.
He does not like Gura, and it's very clear.
I don't like him either. I was kind of happy he got shot in the leg.
It's pretty funny, but I do like that he stood up. The noises he was making was pretty funny. Not that he got shot, but like the way he reacted to it. I was like, that's an interesting take. But he did stand up.
I enjoyed him getting shot. Sorry. Sorry.
I'm going to stand up for him for a minute because of all the people on that group, in the group that's there, he was like the only one that actually really had a backbone, other than the doctor herself too. I forget her name. She's the one that got eaten in the first episode. She also stood up and spoke her mind multiple times. But of everybody, he was the only one who was like willing to even resist and not give information and be wary. So I got to give him credit where credit's due. He at least wasn't like, just fold and give her everything she needed.
I was right about that woman, though. I knew I didn't trust her.
Yeah, I mean, you and the audience were absolutely correct. I was way off. I was so enamored by her love for androids and like this quirky personality trait of hers that I missed that she called it Delta Fall instead of Delt Fall, and that she didn't actually know what the hell she was talking about. And like, so again, thank you guys. You guys are sleuths in the comments, letting us know what we missed and helping us fill in the gaps and really making this whole series like an amazing thing to watch. Because right now I'm struggling with the short episodes, as you already know.
I was very happy to hear that Barb's brother went ahead and wanted to watch the show, so he asked about it. And what I was happy about was the fact that he's like, yeah, you're right. I totally should not dive into this shit. I should totally have waited for every episode to come out and not watch them episodically, because there's just too much that they need to get through in order for you to feel satisfied or satiated in this. And for me, like I said, I'm still annoyed that these are only like 25-minute episodes.
Yeah, it's not enough to satiate you in one sitting. And that's the best way to put it. I've heard it put, actually. That's pretty elegantly put. I enjoy the story. I'm enjoying the Murderbot. Again, the dialogue. I'm curious to know more, but will it have a season 2? I think a lot of fans are on the same. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think that the episodes are long enough to satiate the audience and give them what they need for this to really go into a season 2, or are we not going to even see the right numbers until season 1's over, and then people start to go back and binge watch it? You're also dealing with one other fact. It's Apple TV.
Yes.
And that's niche, right? Like not everybody supports Apple or wants Apple TV.
He literally got Apple TV just to watch this. That's the only reason he got Apple.
Tell him go back, watch Ted Lasso, Silo, Foundation.
He found C. He's like,
C.
Have you seen C?
Go back and watch some of the real good ones.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah. Apple TV is worth having. They have some phenomenal series.
Yes,
I do not own the phones. I hate the iOS operating system, but I enjoy good entertainment, and I will call it what it is, and Apple has some good series.
Yep. That's the only good thing about Apple, in my opinion. Sorry, Apple fans.
Yeah, so, with this episode, again, we've talked about it once, and I'll just touch on it again. There's not a lot of movement. Everything's happening much like a Star Trek, where it's like on the bridge or in the medical bay. It's like always these same scenes over and over. Mm-hmm. So maybe that'll change in season 2, or as we come to the later episodes in season 1.
Do they call it a hopper?
They call it the hopper.
Okay.
The little plane, the little unit they have is a hopper, yeah.
Okay. That's what I was asking, because I know in Stargate, the little ships were always called the Hopper from Stargate Atlantis and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not blending two worlds. Okay. They really do call it a hopper in the show. Yeah,
that's what I was asking. I completely just maybe dismissed that aspect of it, but I'm very much enjoying this. I really am. I just hate that we got these, what feels like half-assed episodes in terms of length.
I'm curious,
has a show ever gone from like half-hour episodes to full-hour episodes? Like, is that a possibility we can get in like season 2?
You asked two different questions. You asked, has it ever happened? Then is it possible?
Yeah.
Because anything's possible, but has it happened before? That I'd like to know.
Okay.
Really appreciate you guys tuning in. We got some fancy things over here. If you haven't checked them out, I want to know, what do you guys think of these designs? Let us know in the comments below. But other than that, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Find the strength hiding in each battle scar. You're not who you were. You've already come far.